Anger is something very potent, very powerful in our lives. Just think about when you're angry about some coworker or a spouse or just your partner, friends, or family. We want to express our anger, but at the same time, we know or we feel that if we do express it, it's going to have some bad effect on our lives. On one side, we are going to have this anger that we experience because we feel not respected, or we feel we're not considered. But in this other place, we're going to have this feeling that if we express what makes us upset, it's going to upset the other person, and then we're going to have a situation that is even more upsetting than before. So not only will we not have been considered in the first place, but secondly, we'll be in a worse situation because just for respecting ourselves, for how we feel and the need to express this and communicate this to the person that is concerned by this feeling, we're just gonna make the situation worse for ourselves and also for them. So it's kind of a tricky place to be in. But obviously you cannot also just suppress your feeling, because it's just gonna get bigger and bigger. If there's an issue or an attitude that someone related to you has that makes you angry and that you just don't deal with it, as you spend more and more time with this person, it's gonna build up and build up and build up. And at some point, the relation with this person is gonna become unbearable, unlivable. And so most of us don't really seem to know how to deal with this, how to manage ourselves out of these situations. And it's quite tricky because when we're angry, usually we are very emotional. So we don't have the luxury of being able to think rationally as we would in a normal situation. So most of the time we're gonna make very abrupt decisions, and where we're gonna look back at it, we're not gonna be proud about it. That in itself is not very pleasant. So how do we deal? How do we take that and shift that to a perspective of, well, maybe it can be a lesson that we learn from. It can be a gift that life gives us to enable us to grow. And so that's a weird thing, right? Anger being a gift. How can this be a gift? But if you think about it, anger is really just a part of you that says, I want to be acknowledged. I want to be recognized, right? And since I'm not being recognized, since I don't feel like I'm being considered as something important, I want to make myself heard. I want to be heard. I want to be considered. I want people to acknowledge the fact that I'm important. Let's say you have your partner that wants to invite people at the house. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're shy, maybe you're not comfortable with the setup in your apartment or your house, whatever. Like there might be many reasons, but in any case you don't feel comfortable with the friends coming over. It can become a real situation, because both the person that wants the friends over and the person that doesn't want feel like they're not being considered in this situation. But if we look underneath this, if we look at what creates this, it can be a really potent, a really great experience. It can really become something amazing for you to grow in your life. Let's say you just take a moment, and instead of just feeling you don't want the friends to come over you, we can go and say, well, for now I'm not really comfortable about it, but I don't really know why I'm not comfortable about it, so I'm not gonna give you an answer right now, and I'm gonna go and reflect, take my time to really figure out what's happening inside me for me to not want to have your friends over. And if we take this moment to reflect on ourselves instead of just reacting, we might realize that most of the reason why we don't want those friends to come over are not reason that we really do agree on, that we're not comfortable with, and that we want to grow out of. So if we are shy, very shy, and we're not comfortable having people over, it's hard for us to acknowledge that. So for one part, we're just not gonna want to become aware of it, and we're gonna put it on the friend, like it's their fault because they're too noisy, they're not considerate, or any kind of reason that doesn't make you responsible for not being comfortable with people that you don't know because you're shy. But if you take the time to realize that basically it is because you're shy that you don't want the friends to come over, that even if they have flaws, there's a part of you that also would love to spend time with them. There's a part of you that want to have human relationship, warmth, and a great gathering. Maybe you'll be able to think about it a little bit more, and maybe you'll be able to grow out of it and come to some kind of decision about it that are more reflected upon. You'll also be able to explain it in a more intelligible way to your partner. So it's very different for someone to say, no, I just don't want your friend to come over, they're so rude. It's sure your partner wouldn't react really well to this, but if you say like, look, I'm shy, I don't know how to deal with these kinds of behaviors, but there's a part of me that wants you to be happy, and there's also a part of me that would love to be able to interact with people, to be able to have good moments like this with friends that come over. So just by coming over like this, being a little bit vulnerable, a little bit more deep, and being able to take a part of the responsibility, you'll be able to know what you really want out of this more. It's not that you don't want these people over, it's really that you're shy, and what do you want to do about this shyness. Maybe you don't want to do anything about it, maybe you want to do something about it, but the important thing is you'll know, and you'll be able to express it and act upon it in a more intelligible, a more defined way. And this is how you express your anger. This is how you grow out of your anger, and you make a situation where you were just pissed because you felt that your partner weren't considerate towards you because they just wanted their friends to come over. You take this situation and you make it a moment where you can learn about yourself, you can grow and become more the person that you really want to be. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, consider to leave a thumbs up. It's always nice to know when the work is appreciated. And aside from that, see you in the next video. Have a good day.